Hello, my name is Taylor Hegbloom, and I'm going to talk about the outlook on the topic. So, when looking at lakeshore properties, people are often amazed at how beautiful they are. I know that my own family has wanted to purchase one and have that perfect Michigan summer every single day. However, a lot of people don't realize the damages that these properties can have on the water quality of inland lakes. Because no two properties are the same, we have to treat each development case by case. Take these two properties, for example. The bottom one is going to add a lot more water pollution with lawn fertilizer and things that are maintaining this pristine lawn. And the top house has more eco-friendly factors like the gravel driveway that can absorb more water runoff and plants that will also prevent the runoff from entering the lake. So, the Michigan Shoreline Stewards Program offers an online questionnaire for someone to assess their property. This survey can help someone understand what they're doing well and what might need some improvement in order to help their property help the lakes. So, Michigan results of the National Lake Assessment indicate that the lakeshore habitat and physical lakeshore complexity are major stressors for Michigan lakes with over 50% having poor lake habitat complexity. This means essentially that our lakes are losing too much natural vegetation on both land and in the water. So, what does a healthy natural shoreline look like? It has a variety of trees, shrubs, and plants. And these plants are doing the work by supporting a large variety of fish and wildlife. In many situations, when humans come along, many plants instantly become weeds, and especially the ones that are near the shore by the lake. And when lakeshore lots are developed, native trees, shrubs, and plants are typically replaced with the lawns, and plants are removed from in the lake as well. Once this vegetation is gone, the fish and the wildlife also cease to be there. They can't just go someplace else and survive. Each frog, bird, fish, and all the other organisms have different requirements for what they need for food, for nesting, raising their young, and staying safe. So they really need all these plants that people are taking out. So every lakefront property that has a lawn has the potential to add some native vegetation back. This is going to look different for every single property, big or small, but they can restore some of that native vegetation. And there's a lot of different ways to implement this so that each person can have what they want their yard to look like. Another way to keep this runoff at minimum is to keep impervious surfaces to a minimum, such as not overbuilding on your lots and using rain gardens instead of storm sewers to help allow the water to soak into the ground instead of running off into the lake. So a lot of the larger shoreline developments can create a lot of jobs and attract investors that boost cities' economy. So this can also cause the surrounding property taxes to rise and thus force people out of their homes, taking away from the livability of the cities. And these developments are also built very fancily, but they're vacant, which takes away from this economic growth. So now we're going to talk about eutrophication, which is the excess plant and algal growth due to the increased availability of things like sunlight, carbon dioxide, and nutrient fertilizers. This process is going to occur naturally over centuries, and the lakes are going to be filled in with sediments. But human activities accelerate this rate and the extent through both point source and non-point source discharges of limiting nutrients like nitrogen and phosphorus into the aquatic ecosystems. And this concept of cultural eutrophication has dramatic consequences for drinking water sources, fisheries, and recreational water bodies. So over the past century, harmful algal blooms have been linked with the decline of water quality, destruction of fisheries, and public health risks. Poisonings of animals, humans by this bloom of toxic cyanobacteria have been documented throughout the world since 1878, with the observation of dead livestock associated with these blooms. Also, these bacteria are responsible for several compounds found in drinking water systems as well as the fisheries, resulting in large financial losses for the state and regional economies. So, the known consequences of cultural eutrophication include blooms of blue-green algae, tainted drinking water supplies, fewer recreational opportunities, and hypoxia. Hypoxia is a condition in which the body or a region of the body is deprived of adequate oxygen supply at the tissue level. So, if you know anyone who owns a house on an inland lake, make sure that they know about the potential harm that they could be causing and how they can keep our lakes safe and clean for everyone to use.